Welfare reform represents the biggest change in over 70 years in how benefits are paid and administered to claimants. Traditionally, benefits such as housing benefit were paid directly to us, so we had that guaranteed income stream. Universal Credit specifically steps away from that and gives the tenant the money, and is basically saying, okay, you need to make sure you budget and you plan your money appropriately to make sure you pay your rent, your council tax, your utility bills. So that's a fundamental change in how that's done. We've already seen a lot of the changes, such as the so-called bedroom tax, where people have housing benefit deducted from them if they deemed to have a spare bedroom in their property. And what we're finding is obviously people have to make those payments up out of the money they receive.
The welfare reform, it's a big deal for the organisation because ultimately if we don't support our tenants to stay in the property that they're currently living in, our rent arrears are going to go up, and as a business we can't afford to do that. So we support our tenants in a number of ways. We support them by helping them stay in their properties. We help them support with budgeting, and then ultimately my role is to help them support downsize if they want to go to a smaller property. It's about using best use of our stock. We've got some people out there living in 3-bedroom homes, and really we want to be freeing up those 3-bedroom homes for families to move into. Since April we've actually supported 13 residents to move, and one of those couple is Mr and Mrs Dale. Thankfully they've managed to find a 1-bedroom property which they're just waiting for the keys to move into now, so that's a nice success story.
With all the welfare reforms, people are actually finding it hard to stay in properties nowadays. Well, we're in a 2-bedroom and it was costing us around about £13 a week just to have a spare bedroom, which, you got choices what you could do with it to get the money back, but if you're taking a lodger you lose privacy and it wouldn't be practical anyway. We found this property and we know it'll work for us. We've had a look from the outside, seen the neighbours, been invited into a neighbour's property, which we know it will definitely work for us. And with the help of the South Staffs Housing Association, everything's looking good.
South Staffs Housing Association have been absolutely brilliant to us. They've helped us a lot.
We're encouraging our tenants to join our Home Swapper site. Home Swapper is it's a free site where residents can log on to, and it's about mutual exchange, and more people are joining that website daily. Moving home, it's a real difficult decision. Some people have lived in that home 25 years, they've brought up their family there. They've made it their home. Yes, we're their landlord, but that's their home. So it is a real big decision, which isn't to be taken lightly.
Well, the next couple of years, the welfare reform changes will really start to ramp up. Obviously, the next big thing is Universal Credit, where payments are made directly. And what we've done as organisation and as a team is to kind of set out those changes and make sure we've got an action plan ready for how is best to deal with those changes. And one thing that really entails is trying to get to know our customers' situations and circumstances before they move in. So if there are outstanding debts, if there are things that they've had go on in the past, we know about that, and obviously we can best support them and help them in their new tenancy to make sure they're best supported and make sure they can sustain their tenancies for the long term.